Thomas, get your crew up here. Travis, get up here. Don't be shy.
Bastion, ready to go?
Come on, guys, let's go.
Doc, take it away.
No time. How you guys doing? You guys listen. Oh, that's good to go. Hey, pleasure. Congratulations. Nice to meet you. Okay, guys. We have the special opportunity to meet somebody who is very special to me and to the civil rights movement. He's got a great story. Right now, today is obviously the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier. And everyone in the country, in the sports world, outside of the sports world, is focused on Dodger Stadium and this man today. And what he did with his time on Earth and how it impacted not only myself, but every single one of us right here. And so this man right here has dedicated his entire life, his entire adult life, to human and race opportunity, his entire life. He spent years in Harlem, he spent years in Africa and Tanzania, met his wife there, I think. But there's something where this man was a ball player, wasn't quite the ball player that his father was, but knew that he could impact the world and keep his legacy, his father's legacy going. And it's just calling. He does it every single day. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce David Robinson. Dave, thank you.
Gentlemen, legalized segregation, unconstitutional and against the things that the nation talked about, but in the actual pastime, we denied citizens the right to play. We fought. African Americans fought in the military. My grandfather on my mother's side was in World War I. My family was in World War II, but in the national pastime, we were not allowed to play. 1947, the Dodgers made a champion. We chose a champion, a man who excelled in the game of baseball, but a man who had all of the human qualities that we needed to do something more than just excel in the game, more than just succeed in the game. And the Dodgers challenged, and over the course of a season, a team like this was divided, began to come together and gel in unity. A nation sat separately in the fans, African Americans, for the first time they're coming to games because their champion is on the field. But white Americans are also looking at our system and saying, well, all right, let's see what this thing called integration can bring to the game in the nation and see how it can change us. Over the course of one season, a team came together in unity, bigots and racists took a different look at a black man and the potential. The American public, you know, there were the cheers began to grow from a 10% to a 20% to the point where the Brooklyn Dodgers became American heroes. absolutely more than a baseball environment, a baseball game. It was a national social development arena. And the Dodgers and the baseball players on the Dodgers succeeded in changing legal status and succeeded in changing mental attitudes. Jackie Robinson and the African American community rose in spirit together and knew what African Americans always knew, that we had the ability, given the opportunity, and that the opportunity was not only unfairly denied, but unjustly denied, but benefited nobody. Jackie Robinson's grandmother was born a slave. His mother left Georgia when he was 2 years old to come to California. She called that train leaving Georgia to come to California her freedom train. And she was happy to find employment in California as a domestic servant for the next 25 years, so that she could see her 5 children get an education, some decent housing, some non-violent environment different from the lynching from the Georgia environment where Klan reigned and black men and women were terrorized. But in California, there was opportunity. But my father saw his grandmother and his mother in a single room and looked at the 240 years of American enslaving other people. Looked at his mother, who struggled all of her life, and he left college because he wanted to be able to support her and assist her financially. So baseball is a great game. It's the game you've played. It's a family game for us. But for Jackie Robinson and for America, it wasn't a game. It was an opportunity to break a bond that was psychological and real. And it was achieved. We have a right to celebrate, to be honored here today, because the goal was accomplished. But my father would say, as he always said, let's reflect. Let's ask ourselves, where have we come as a nation in these 75 years? Have we really brought ourselves together? Have we really created equality? Is there some sustainable and gainful employment that all Americans are able to achieve? Are we unified as a nation and made stronger by that unity? Are we in sync with our neighbors around the world? What is the African American position? What's our plan for survival and self-development? Those are the questions he would ask if he was here today, because those questions are still right on the table of challenges that are facing America now. Baseball this is a nation of self-interest. And that's understandable. And baseball has gone to look for talent all around the world. South America, Africa, Asia. The African American, I believe, like cars are no longer made in Detroit, iPhones were made wherever, and people are coming from South America, Africa, and Asia for jobs, and machines, robots, are now a competitive factor for employment in America. I believe the African American community needs a domestic plan for self-development, tied together with the international plan for self-development that every corporation and individual in the are things that we need to do as a nation together. There are things that African Americans are going to have to take on our own shoulders to represent our own interests. But the greatness of the Dodgers, that moment when we went beyond ourselves as ball players, I don't want to insult anybody to say entertainment, but we went beyond that, and we are going beyond that every day. There are people in your position, whether it's baseball, or basketball, or football, who are standing up and making the prominence, the image of fame, mean more. And so for Jackie Robinson and all who played with him and all who sacrificed and struggled, for the people who before Jackie Robinson lived in the terrified, segregated American nation, we have an opportunity, and it is possible that we should consider that we have an obligation, because the issues are not going to disappear. They are going to require, we are all working in the interest not only of the nation but of our families. So, thank you for inviting us here today. We are honored. You should be honored. And I think we need to look towards honoring the people who made all of this possible by standing up, analyzing issues, standing up to try to address them as the Dodgers.
Means to you and your family across the major leagues?
Well, it is a time to celebrate. We had victories in the 40s, in the 50s, in the 60s. It is also a time to absolutely acknowledge that we have huge issues, gaps in income and equality in America today that have to be addressed. The African American population is no better secure in its survival or its development than it was in the 50s. I don't know if we have we have many plans as an African American community, but we need to unify, I believe, these plans so that we have one plan for our branch of the African family. That should include an international dynamic. Everybody else is international, and if we think we're going to be able to survive without that international component, I have my concerns. So it's a great day. Great to be here. The Dodgers have extended the meaning of baseball. The Dodgers then and the Dodgers now continue to champion, but African American community needs to come up with its plan, and baseball players need to be and are stepping up. Sports players are stepping up to be more than just the athlete in their field. They're representing. They're representing human values, human concerns, and continuing to change the attitude and beliefs and thoughts of the American public, and it's a good thing. Stay the course, but enhance the plan.